Hello and welcome to Making Sense of Women's Health, the podcast that gives women simple, achievable steps to improve their physical and mental well-being. I'm Roberta Bass and I specialise in helping women navigate through health challenges with ease and confidence. Just remember, this podcast provides general information only and is not a substitute for personalised medical advice. Now that the housekeeping is over, let's dive into today's episode and start improving your health. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. So today we are going to dive into a topic that everybody needs to know about. So some people may hate this, some people may love this, but we're going to talk today about exercise. So there are so many benefits of exercise to your health and well-being, and that is why I've included it in my method. My Sense method is one of the key foundations to your health. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my new membership at the end as well. So that's either already out or it's coming very soon, depending on when you're listening to this. So let's just think about the few episodes that we've spoken about already. So I went through the Sense method, so go back and look at that if you haven't already. Also, we spoke about the menopause. Today, the benefits of exercise. So one of the things that we often use exercise for is to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight. So yes, it is great for that. It is important to balance like our nice healthy diet with burning more calories. So different type of exercise can help burn calories. So our cardio will burn calories, but also remember that our resistance training, when we build up our muscle, we actually increase our metabolism, and that will help to burn more calories. And certain types of exercise like HIIT training and things actually burn more calories after the exercise as well as during. So yes, benefit one is to maintain or a healthy weight or to lose weight. So that is really good key benefit of exercise, but it is not the only benefit. There are many other benefits of exercise, and it's important that we understand these, because then hopefully if you're not somebody that likes exercise, then actually it will motivate you to find a type of exercise that you enjoy or at least don't mind doing. So the next benefit is actually thinking about pain. So joint and muscle pain. One of the things I do as a physio, if you've ever been to a physio, you know that you will not get away without doing some kind of exercise, because we know how beneficial it is to strengthen weak muscles, to stretch tight muscles, to get joints moving. And if we can do the exercise, obviously, as a physio, we give specific exercises for a particular problem, but general exercise will benefit having reduced pain and getting the joints moving and the muscles strengthened. So any kind of exercise is going to help with joint and muscle pain. Obviously, specific exercises is going to target certain muscles, but anything, swimming, walking, any exercise you can do. Obviously, it can be difficult if you've got reduced mobility, if your balance isn't great, you're in pain, to find an exercise that works for you, even if it is doing a chair-based exercise or getting into a pool where you've got less weight going through the joints. Those can be really good options if you are struggling to exercise due to the pain. Cardio, so we know cardio kind of can burn calories, but also we are working our heart and our lungs, which is why it's called cardio exercise. It gets our blood pumping, it helps with our blood pressure, gets to work our muscles of the heart, and also get the lungs to have a bit of a workout. This kind of, if we can improve our blood pressure and our heart and things, then that reduces our risk of stroke and also kind of generally improving our overall health. Obviously reduces the risk of any kind of heart issues, lung issues, if we give them a good exercise. So cardio is great to give that, and it's also good for the brain. We get that blood flowing around, we get the oxygen in the blood as we kind of are breathing more, and it helps with circulation to the brain. And then our brain, as you know, controls everything, but also our cognitive function. So many health benefits for that. After we've done exercise, I was having a conversation with one of my Pilates ladies yesterday actually about how she runs. She absolutely hates running. She couldn't think of anything worse to do, but afterwards feels so good and so good for the rest of the day. And that is generally because when we exercise, we produce our feel-good endorphins. And this kind of lifts our mood and makes us kind of feel better. So one of the ways that we manage stress is actually to do exercise. It doesn't have to be running, but any kind of exercise, particularly going for a walk out in nature, that's a really nice way to reduce stress. You're getting a bit of exercise, but you've got that benefit of the nature and the green that kind of has been shown to reduce our stress hormones. Also things like yoga, so doing our relaxation breathing and things with the stretches and the exercise and the weight bearing, that's a really good form of exercise. Another benefit that you may not realize of exercise is actually for our digestive health. So if we are prone to constipation, exercise is great to stimulate the bowels and get everything working as it should do. And it helps us therefore eliminate any excess hormones, keeps the gut healthy just by kind of stimulating everything to get working. Another benefit is to improve our sleep. So exercise helps us to kind of wear ourselves out and it helps to improve the quality of sleep, but it can also address any underlying causes of poor sleep, such as pain or anxiety, because obviously it can help reduce the joint pain, muscle pain, and help with our mental health. And also if you've got excess energy, it helps to burn it off. But do not try and do something really rigorous before bedtime, because you may find that you are then too alert and you find it difficult to relax. So if you're going to exercise before bed, try and do something like a yoga or some kind of gentle relaxation exercise so that you're not kind of bringing the body to awake just before bedtime, that you're doing something to kind of calm it down. But certainly sleep can be improved by doing some regular exercise. If you listened to my episode all about menopause symptoms, if you haven't, go and check it out. But exercise has benefit for many different symptoms of menopause that it can help reduce them, such as hot flushes. So it's shown if you do regular resistance exercise, that can help to reduce the number and frequency and severity of hot flushes. Also, resistance exercise is great for libido because it increases our testosterone. It also helps, we've already mentioned, sleep and digestive issues, but also mental health. So all of these symptoms that I've already mentioned, some of them in this episode, can be helped by doing exercise. So definitely one of the things that you need to be doing for menopause, as we've mentioned, is to exercise. But there's various different types of exercise that you ideally need to include that will help different symptoms. And I'm going to go through some of those different exercises later in the episode. So the next thing is actually it can improve our sexual function. So cardiovascular exercise has been shown to heighten arousal, and it also helps us to improve our body image, either by maintaining or improving our weight. It also helps with mental health. So therefore our sexual function, particularly as women, has a massive effect from our mental well-being. Obviously men, there's other areas of the body that's normally led by, but our brain is our biggest sex organ. So we need to make sure that we are happy and healthy in order to kind of feel aroused and to enjoy that area. If we're including strength training as well, then that helps us improve our testosterone levels, which increases our libido. And that is particularly important, as mentioned previously, in our peri and postmenopausal years, because we do have that decline in testosterone. Weight bearing exercise and resistance training not only increases our libido, but is also really important for our bone density. So we need that weight bearing through the bones to maintain the density, and then that helps us to reduce the risk of osteoporosis. The other thing that kind of ties in with that, as I've mentioned in this episode or previous episodes, that as we get older, our balance may get worse. So actually our exercise will help with our posture and our balance. That reduces our risk of falls. And if we have got osteoporosis, then we are obviously risking fracturing if we do fall. So it's really important that we work on our posture and balance. And if our posture is better, then that's going to reduce some pain in our muscles and joints. And also we're walking in a better posture, sitting in a better posture. Actually, that helps our mental wellness as well. There has been studies showing that actually just by standing in like a Superman pose, that improves our mental well-being as well. So that posture does have an effect on our mood as well. So we reduce our risk of falls, keep the bones nice and healthy. That's really kind of a key benefit as well of exercise. So let's think about the different types of exercise. We've already mentioned a few of them as we've gone along, but there's kind of three main areas. So cardiovascular, so that's when our heart and lungs get working. Things like walking, running or jogging, team sports, cycling, swimming, anything that gets you a little bit out of breath is classed as kind of our cardiovascular, because we're working the heart and the lungs. Resistance exercise, although that may get you out of breath as well, but when we're doing resistance, we're really thinking about working our muscles through load. So that might be weightlifting, it might just be body weight exercises such as doing kind of a push-up, it could be doing lunges, squats, anything where we are working those muscles. Things like Pilates would also come under resistance exercise, and you can add obviously some extra weights and resistance bands and things to those kind of workouts as well. And the third type of exercise that we need to include into our regular daily life is flexibility and balance exercise. I've already mentioned the importance of having good balance, so we're not going to fall, we're reducing our fracture risk, but our flexibility is really important as well. If our muscles and our structures, our connective tissue is tight, then that can lead to problems with joint pain, muscle pain. So we need to have a certain amount of flexibility and certainly work on our balance. Types of exercise that does that: Pilates and yoga, but also specific balance exercises. Anything you can do, like standing on one leg, testing the balance, doing like tightrope kind of walking, not literally on a tightrope, I meant like on a floor. So you're just testing that balance, obviously doing that in a safe environment that you're not going to fall over. I include a lot of kind of holding on to the chair and doing these exercises when we do them in my class. So yeah, make sure that you're a safe environment if you're doing balance exercises, that you're not going to fall over. So one of the main things with exercise is lack of time, lack of motivation, not knowing what to do. So how do we get started? It is actually recommended that we do about 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise. That does not need to be all in one go. Start with small, manageable little chunks and then build up on that. So it might be a 5-minute walk or 5-minute kind of boogie in the kitchen while you're boiling a kettle. It doesn't need to be 150 minutes all in one go or hour workouts down the gym. If you want to do that, fantastic. If you don't, that's also fine. Find a kind of exercise that you enjoy, but do try and include a variety of the different types, like your cardio, your strength and your flexibility, so that you are getting kind of a nice rounded exercise, so that we are kind of having all of the benefits that you can get out of exercise. It might be that you join a class. So I know one of my chair classes particularly, we have a good laugh. So they come and it's almost for a social occasion as well as doing a bit of a workout. So go with friends to classes, make new friends, do social events, go out for a walk with a group of people, go for group cycles, join a fitness class, join a chair class, meet up with people online and do exercise. Have a community that you kind of connect with that help to motivate each other. It's often easier if you have somebody to push you and to do it with you. The other thing is thinking about, you could set yourself a goal. So setting yourself a goal that you're going to be able to walk a mile and then gradually work towards that. Or maybe if you're a little bit fitter, you're going to run half a marathon or a full marathon or climb up a mountain. But it's trying to have a realistic goal that you can work towards. Not like me, if I said I was going to run a marathon, I might make it round, but it's very unlikely as I can barely run at all. But if I wanted to do it in, say, 2 years' time, then maybe that's a more realistic goal, but I couldn't certainly do it next week. So it's having goals or challenges that you're working towards. There's often like these charity challenges that you find online that you can get sponsored for. So I've done one in the past that was to do 1 million steps over like 3 months. There was one to run a mile every day. I actually managed to do that. I haven't run since. So there's lots of things that you can do that will motivate you. And using gadgets, so maybe you've got a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or a pedometer of some description, and maybe you're aiming to hit a certain number of goals or a certain number of calories you're going to burn. So using the gadgets that are out there is a great way to motivate yourself. So how can I help you a little bit further? So I did tease you at the beginning about I have a membership that is in the works as I record this. I'm hoping that it may well be launched by the time you're listening to this, particularly if you're listening to this not when it first comes out. So this is a membership designed to help motivate you. So it is for women's health, well-being. It will include exercise. It will include all the things that I do as part of the Sense method. So mindset, meditation, stress management, education on all of these things. And it's going to be a way to motivate you. We do health challenges. So anything that potentially could stop you improving your health, I will hopefully be giving you tips and advice on how to overcome them and taking small manageable steps in order to improve your health journey. So if you are interested, I will pop the link in the show notes, and it will either be a wait list or you can sign up and dive in. I find that actually we need sometimes a little bit of motivation, and there will be a community as well behind you to help support you. So if you are interested, then either sign up to the wait list or jump in and hopefully start improving your health journey. If you're not interested, that's absolutely fine. Join me on the next episode and you'll be receiving lots more helpful advice and tips. So see you then, take care, and try and include one little bit of extra exercise, even if it's a 5-minute walk in the next week. Take care then. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to Making Sense of Women's Health. If you have enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. If you're ready to take that next step in your wellness journey, then visit the link to my website in the show notes. There you will learn more about how we can work together to achieve your health goals. Until next time, take care and stay healthy.